Throughout our lives, we've experienced the unexplainable, from bright apparitions to dark entities, changing our perspectives on the afterlife. Now we seek answers and intend to capture evidence of paranormal existence. These are our paranormal experiences. The Queenstown Hospital. During the late 19th century, public confidence in hospital treatment grew in Tasmania, as the development of antiseptics and anaesthetics, as well as more trained staff, allowed patients to recover at a more successful rate. Mining towns such as Queenstown, and aided by local mining companies, were quick to establish these hospitals. The original Queenstown Hospital was built in 1895 and experienced the typhoid fever, diphtheria, and scarlet fever epidemics during the early years of settlement. The epidemics could be that severe that in 1899, additional shelter had to be temporarily established to cope with the massive influx of patients whom were suffering from the typhoid epidemic. An interesting extract from the Zion and Dundas Herald in 1899 explains that the wet climate has helped to maintain public cleanliness, but that the epidemic was being made worse by unhygienic practices such as throwing dirty water from their homes, produce being allowed to rot, and the sanitation system being ineffective at maintaining that cleanliness. While there are no exact figures on the toll that the epidemic took, even the strongest men and women still in their youth suffered and died as a result of the debilitating outbreak. The Queenstown Gallery tells a story of a young nurse called Margaret Maiden, who contracted typhoid fever as she tended to the patients and later died at the age of only 23. The original main hospital structure was partially burnt down in 1939, but was rebuilt in 1940. This is the building we'll be investigating tonight. Before we show this investigation, I really want to make a special thanks to Joe Toth and his wife for allowing us to investigate the old Queenstown Hospital. We stayed in what is to be the sort of 5-star backpackers accommodation while we were there, and it was really great. Even what they have now is better than what I've experienced at backpacker locations in the past, and they've got a really good vision for the place, so I wish them all the best. Interviewing Mr. Toth while we travelled the halls of the old Queenstown Hospital, he explained to us that there was no exact hotspot for activity, rather it was everywhere. From the hallways themselves, to the patient rooms, operating theatre, and even our own place of accommodation, the nurses' quarters. In terms of activities, people have both seen and experienced the residing entities. Even Mr. Toth has felt and been grabbed by these entities on particular occasions. For us, this was an intimidating prospect as there was only 2 of us to cover such a large area. In any case, we prepared for our investigation.
Right, oh, that's so weird. Alright, so right now we're in the operating theatre in the old Queenstown Hospital, and here we have the range of gear. So we brought the millimeter DVR as well as the K2. Also in the middle of the room we have the Tesla exciter going, and so we're calling on any of the entities or spirits here to manifest and show themselves tonight. We're very kind and happy people. We love communicating with anyone, and we wonder if you want to communicate with us. In the middle of the room we have what we call a Tesla exciter, and hopefully the theory is you can actually use the energy that it is emitting and help manifest. So I'll quickly show people that in Sam's hand, it's emitting the EMF, or EME, which will offend you. So, and that's what.
Over a foot away, we should be right for this.
Yeah, so in terms of contamination, we should be okay. So it's just so we're staying kind of back away from it. But if there's any spirits here tonight, please use that energy. Use the batteries in our gear, preferably not, but you know, you can use it if it means that you get to communicate with us here tonight, you know. We're here for you, we're here to speak to you, get to know your story, who you are. So in the background at the moment we hear is a bit of rain. There's been raining quite a lot here today.
Yeah,
that's what that is.
The gutters are dripping.
Yeah. If there's anyone here tonight, can you come up to Sam's hand and touch that device? It's what we call a K2, detects electromagnetic energy, what supposedly you're made up of. Can you touch the device in his hand to prove that you are here and ready to communicate with us? If you can't do that, and that's okay, can you knock on something maybe? Maybe open a door. This place also has more of a history in its early days as well. When the Queenstown had a lot of disease going around in the late 19th century. If you're one of the people that passed away, unfortunately passed away from the diphtheria, the scarlet fever that came through here, do you want to talk to us? Do you have a message for family, friends that you'd like to say? Just going to do a quick EVP session in the operation theatre. Stepping away from the DVR slowly. Alright, first EVP of the night. It is 9:15 on the 18th of 10th, 2019, and we're in the operation theatre. If there's anyone here, I again ask you to come forward. We've got a device on the ground, what we call a DVR, digital voice recorder, and we can hear you through it if you speak to it. So if you get close enough to it, interact with it, we might be able to hear you, okay?
Failing to capture anything through DVRs, we tried to use the spirit box instead.
Alright, we have the SB11 going at the moment. It's quite loud because of the room, it's rather echoey. So we're staying a little bit away from it. So we've got the Tesla exciter going. Alright, if there's spirits in here, especially Margaret, the lady maybe we were talking to before, you can actually speak through that device right there. It's basically going through a whole lot of frequencies, going through the spectrum. And you can speak through that, okay? You can hear your own voice again. Can we hear your voice? Do you want us to leave? If you don't want to be in this room with us, can you go out to the hallway and walk down it, away from us? You can walk away from us. Can you do that?
Now this is a strange capture, and there's no doubt that there was noise. There was us in the background in the operation theatre asking the spirit box particular questions. But the strange thing is you can't actually hear the spirit box at all. You just hear our voices, which goes to show how loud you really have to be. The fine, sharp audio, the noise that the spirit box is making isn't quite penetrating the materials. Now this moan, the audio that is captured, is a lot closer to the camera. Even the audio lengths that you are seeing now indicate that there's something louder, if not closer to the camera making these noises. giving you full disclosure here, this was captured probably about 20 seconds after the question, so it's not an immediate response. Maybe it is a response to the question I did ask, but we're really unsure about this. Either way, it's a really strange capture.
If you want us to be here, go to the second floor, the top level, and walk towards the right-hand side of the building, the one towards Lyle House. And walk along that top floor. The AM frequency at the moment. Just trying a different frequency, see if the spirits do talk on the AM frequency. Does this help? Can you talk now? Can you focus all your energy on that spirit box, the SB11, the thing that's making noise, and say one word? Focus everything you've got. I know it's tough. So if there's any rooms that you don't want us to go into, let us know now. And we'll stay clear of those rooms. If they're your rooms, we don't want to upset you.
Not hearing or capturing anything on the spirit box, we decided to head to the old emergency entry. While en route, heard a very strange noise. What was that?
That was directly behind us.
I don't know if I got that on camera either because I just turned it on when it happened. Who's out here?
Came from our station.
Did it?
It could have been old, mate.
I can't see either because the high R light's like smashing.
Yeah.
Who's making noise? Do it again.
Please.
What was that? It was quite loud.
It was like
It can't be just water drops.
oh, that was
Surely. Because that's quite... It sounds like a gutter caved in if it was. Well, that camera would have picked it up.
Yeah, we reckon we do it. What's that? Let's review that.
Okay, so at the moment we're in the foyer. We heard some noise before, back up on the bottom level. We don't know if it came from the top level behind our stationary camera on the bottom floor. So we're just going to do a bit of Foyer investigation because this is where we had some weird equipment malfunction before. So it's going to kind of focus on this spot for a little bit. It's also, because it's so close to the hallway as well, we might be able to call out anything, any spirits that want to communicate, if they have any sort of connection to any kind of room or object within the room, anything like that. We're just going to try to draw them out as well. So before I use any kind of equipment, I do have the mill going, but before we use anything like the spirit box again, or the DVR to do an EVP session, I'm just going to call out on all the spirits or any kind of entity that is here in the Queenstown Old Hospital. Can you please come out and communicate with us tonight? dropping. Yeah, sounds like a bit of just rain or something, or like water dropping onto the ground. Alright, I'm going to ask again. Is there any spirits, former patients, nurses, settlers, anyone who passed away here or some sort of connection to the place? Can you please come out and speak to us?
Hearing a similar noise to the sound before, could it simply be a large amount of water hitting something metallic? Do keep in mind that this is our first investigation in this building and we're still getting used to the noises that the building naturally makes.
Here or some sort of connection to the place. Can you please come out and speak to us? I didn't really hear it that time. Come down the hallways. Come out of your rooms. We're pretty friendly. Won't do any harm. We're just here to talk. Here to communicate. Get your story. Of course, if you want to be left alone in peace, that's fine. We won't bother you. We'll stay away from you. You don't need to talk to us. You just go about your own business and we'll just be here for a little bit. Okay? We won't be here for days or anything like that. We just want to give the opportunity for spirits who want to talk to us, for entities who want to show their presence, to come out and talk to us. Communicate to us. I'm going to start turning on some gear now. If there's any spirits here, again, I ask you to come towards the foyer. I've got this device on this bench right here in front of me. And you can speak into it, so a little tiny orange light, you can speak into that. And you'll be able to actually hear your voice when I do play it back. But the most important thing, you can leave your message, something you want to say to us, okay? It's moving away again. So do you have a message for us? If you don't want to speak to us, can you tell us a name or point us or help us find out an entity or spirit that does want to talk to us? If you do know of any spiritual entities who want to talk to us and you do not, you can tell them, can you please tell them to come and talk to us? That'd be greatly appreciated. I know not all entities will want to talk to us, but hopefully some. Okay, I'm going to review that.
Reviewing our EVP session, we found nothing out of the ordinary. So we decided again to switch over to our SB11.
I'm going to try the Spirit Box SB7. Oh, that's not it. Keep that off. It's on the front. Here we go. Alright, I've got SB11 going in the foyer right now. If there's any spirits that want to come towards the foyer and speak to us, feel free. You should be able to hear your voice like instantaneously if you're trying to speak through these frequencies, okay? Might be hard to use this device, a lot of these devices tonight, but do try, okay? It'd be awesome to hear your voice, what you sound like. Are you male? Are you female? Are you a negative entity? Are you a positive entity? If you're standing here with us, where are you standing? If you had to pick, which one of us do you like the most? And can you say our names? Did you work here? Did you live in Queenstown? Do you like it here? Is it daytime or nighttime? What do you look like? Are you with us here now? If so, make a noise. Say something. I feel real weird. I feel like something like sort of went up on me a little bit. If you're around us right now, this device right in front of you can actually detect you, okay? Same with that one in Sam's hand over there. It actually can detect your energy, what you're supposedly made up of, okay? It's been a weird smell. That was weird. It's like for a brief second there's a different smell. That was actually really weird. It wasn't like the building smell we've been smelling. It smelled different, like. That was quite weird. I don't know, it's hard to describe. I don't know if it's more like a foodie kind of smell, like. I'm going to protest with my own breath now. But that was quite weird. It was just a sudden change in smell. And I was breathing. Can you do that again, please? Can you emit your smell? That was weird. It was just really instant. It was just sudden change. It was like a sudden change, and then it vanished again. Turning that off now. Let's readjust to the silence.
So my ears are ringing now.
Yeah.
Oh,
Is that better?
readjust my wrist. Oh.
Is it better that we've turned that off? If it's better that we've turned it off, can you please bang again? Okay, we'll probably move on to another place.